Hello everyone, welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. I'm SimonOuma and I'm here with Minnevolved.
Heyo! Told you it wasn't going to be 3 months.
That was a long hiatus though, but
It
to nobody's fault.
it was,
people
yeah.
to blame.
I'm just poking fun at both of us, really.
Yes.
So we are in the middle of the trial for what is this, chapter 3?
It is chapter 3, yes.
We got to present some evidence in a little bit. I already forget what we're doing. Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. That's what we're doing. Alrighty.
Yeah, we just finished up with the flashback thingy and we don't have to do that again this trial.
Yeah.
Like, once a trial.
Yeah, this is the first time we've taken a break in the middle of a trial, so sorry about it being disjointed compared to beforehand. But we're trying
to be a little longer trials because we get further along, so.
Yeah, we're trying to pace ourselves because they are going to get very, very long, so.
Yeah.
Here we are, pretty much. Let's see. There's something that relates to what time he must have died.
Hangman's Gambit.
Oh, shit. Okay, this is not what I thought we were gonna run into.
Oh, this one's not too bad.
Okay, hold on. What are we trying to... Oh, shit. I'm not sure what we're trying to spell here.
Wristwatch.
Oh, so we need an I.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. We also need that T. No? Okay, we need the I first. Got it.
I first. Yeah.
Got you. We need an S. Got that, and then W. We need an A. Where's the A? Oh, there it is. C. Oh shit.
Now I
Nailed it!
understand.
I can spell!
I got it! Taka's wristwatch! See? Look! It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Hey you! How long were you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's about 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
Makes sense.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
And I'm sure that was by
That's
design.
exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size.
Damn it, Byakuya!
That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
I don't like agreeing with you.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That's true.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
I'm assuming that's him.
Yeah, they're making me scream again.
Huh?
What was that?
that came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
No, I don't think so.
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
I mean, I agree with him that it was made up,
We all
honestly.
have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared.
I think he wasn't dead when he was in the
When
nurse's
his
office.
body vanished from the nurse's office,
He couldn't have been, especially with what
Tina
happened after.
and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct?
Memories are coming back.
That is a good
And
assumption.
then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
Not that
Because,
quickly, no.
as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Also that.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And
It was
according
magic.
to what Celeste said,
Wrong game for the magic case.
I know, but like, you know. He could have not, he could have been... Hold on. He could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then, the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? Absolutely not. I don't believe that. It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
There we go. There we go.
The
There
dead
it is.
body moved on its own?
No! Not another...
No,
I
hero.
don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is
Our boy was not dead.
we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Do you not remember what
Perhaps he
happened
was simply
afterward?
Playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Alright, what do we got? Broken wristwatch. Alright.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
That was the one. I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once. That's not actually true. But Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered almost exactly at the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse, there's a chance he...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's dead, and that is what.
Are we really so sure about that?
Alright.
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
No? Okay. Fair enough. What does that have to do with— I don't fucking know, Kyoko! I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out.
Shoot!
Okay, so that was clearly not it. I thought it would have been.
Are you saying that when we first found
I thought you wanted
Hifumi
the
in
last
the nurse's
statement
office,
that Ina said.
there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No,
Hold on, let's
it is impossible.
hear this
Hifumi
again.
was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
I
discovery.
thought this was the end though, was it not?
Oh yeah, that is the end. Then maybe they want you to do the flashback again then. I thought it was only once per trial, but... maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, yeah, because I don't really see anything that the wristwatch, at least in these statements, would really hint to, considering I was wrong about that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what one? I'm trying to think.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No,
That's white
it is
noise.
impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body
Try
had been
that
found.
one.
And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really
Okay,
so
and
sure
then I shoot it
about
at this
that?
last one, I think.
Maybe the announcement was
Yeah.
intended to signal someone else's
Oh,
discovery.
no. Okay.
Must be the other way around then. These can be tricky.
Shoot!
God damn it, okay. Alright, it's fine. Oh, shit!
Oh, we actually failed. Ran out of time or whatever. It's fine.
Okay, well... let's get ourselves back on track then, I guess. Ain't gonna worry about reading this, to be honest.
That's fair. I don't usually read it either.
Is this the end? Give it another shot? Yes, let's do the things.
I refuse to give up yet.
Damn straight. Alright. Take two, one more time with feeling.
Yeah, sorry about that. I thought the flashback wasn't used as much, but it's fine.
It's okay, we'll figure
Are
it
you
out.
saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body that Hifumi's dead, and that is. Are we really?
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Alright.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
Someone else's discovery.
there's a chance
okay.
he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead,
Without a
without
doubt.
a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body
Had been found.
There it is.
No, that's wrong.
We got there.
We got there in the end.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just a little bit of focus, you know? We just gotta think a little bit.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
But it
Maybe.
also...
But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right.
Again,
It
conveniently.
wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
That's what I was saying
Maybe
when we first found it.
Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man.
Yes,
We're
it kind of
asking if
does.
You're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
He knows already.
He said
Son of a
it's only
bitch.
broadcast when a
Why am
body
I
is discovered
Byakuya?
for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again.
Right.
If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Yeah.
Huh?
Exactly.
Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
That's what I was saying. The second body discovery announcement. The first time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. And the second time was when Toko was found unconscious. No, after Hifumi came back to life. When the bodies were rediscovered. I think that's the one.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Yep. Ding dong pong ding.
A
Ding dong,
body
ding
has
dong.
been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Ooh, I think I know what that is.
Oh, I know!
And how you identified that.
Dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Not quite what I was thinking, but
That
yes,
is
he
the
was,
worst
clearly.
logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then. let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This is why y'all need to thoroughly investigate
This
the
whole thing is
areas.
pointless.
Yeah, don't just have Makoto do it all.
Yeah, y'all would probably know the answers if you did. There has to be proof that Shoshifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Oh, okay. Hifumi's glasses. Okay, okay.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
Yep.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Not true. That was the one. Okay.
Then,
I just wanted to like hear the whole
was he
thing.
really still alive?
Of course not. It is impossible. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I like going through the whole thing too, just to hear what they say.
It made this one easy.
Yep.
When Hifumi's body was found in the nurse's office, and when it was found again in the repository, there's definitely some sort of conflict there.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found him, and then his body
And the next time it was in the...
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
No, that's
Nailed it.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository.
I love this. We're cruising.
His glasses. That
You
fact
sure
alone
are.
proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless.
Why would he need to clean them if he was dead?
And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was a thing.
It was.
Hifumi's glasses, we don't need to worry about that. Not that. Glasses cleaning cloth.
There you go.
Oh. Wait, what?
You brought up the description. You didn't select it with the, you didn't, like, present it.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one.
Honestly,
that's on the
if I
digital
was him, I would have
camera,
just kept
right?
that on him.
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Rude.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Fair enough.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, It does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
Yep, that's a good question.
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see.
Mm-hmm.
Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, he
But
moved
then,
himself and then he moved
If he was
Taka.
just pretending to be dead,
The question
what
is,
was
how
with
did
all
he
that
actually die
blood?
afterward?
was it paint or something?
That is the
The
million or
fridge in the nurse's
$10 million
office contains
question here,
packs
isn't
of
it?
blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
Yeah, because it would have been... Yeah, the one who moves Taka's body. Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
Right,
the
and it can
repository
only be
door
locked
can
from
only
the
be
ins-
locked from the inside.
There we go.
What Makoto
Which
said,
means
yeah.
when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
Alrighty then.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
He did.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Indeed.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Okay. The thing that Hifumi stole from Taka. Could it be... Alright, let's have a look here. Guess he hears message. I guess it is that. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, it would be this, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you probably want the note that he stuffed down his pants.
Like, I'm trying to think, because I'm like, did he have the piece, the tiny scrap, or was he
You're
the one with the
talking
note
about the
itself?
note Hifumi had hidden
note.
away, aren't you?
In his pants.
Yeah.
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
Everybody just freaking out about the pants.
Yep.
I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. which is the exact time his watch stopped.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words,
Slightly
the
different.
killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Let's see, Taka Hifumi's pants. Amazing. I guess it would have been Taka out of...
I got it!
Alright.
Yeah, Taka.
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right?
Yaha.
So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
TikTok.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi.
Nah,
right?
it's a shitty app
Yes!
that everyone's addicted to.
I stay off of that one.
I admit to being addicted to it.
It's fair.
Oh. Can't let her get to me.
Something about Genocide Jack, I didn't quite read it all.
Yeah, it's fine.
But, yeah, it's
I'm
fine.
not worried about it, to be honest with you. Yeah, no, I'll freely admit to being addicted to TikTok. Okay, broken wristwatch, Hifumi's glasses, and I couldn't read the last one.
Huffy had the note, right?
Glasses, clean glass maybe?
Then the person it was intended for
Oh,
must have been Huffy!
how do we do this again?
But remember what the note said.
Glasses, broken wristwatch.
What time did it say to meet?
Glasses,
6
cleaning
a.m.
cloth. Okay.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Okay, wristwatch I would say.
Okay, the time on the note said 6 a.m. What happened at 6 a.m.? That's what I need to clear up. Okay.
Huffy had the note, right?
Yeah, I'd say to
The
use the
person it was
wristwatch.
intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember
Okay.
what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
Yes, it does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, that's wrong!
Got it.
Here we go.
I was worried that I missed it.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. You've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Ooh, 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 ooh. I know. I know the thing.
That's an easy one.
Proof that Hifumi stole the... Hifumi stole the note from Taka. Alright. That one.
Yes.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his
Nailed
lifeless
it.
hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
That's pretty
Then
spot on, yeah.
Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Alright.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
Pretty much.
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
No,
Sorry,
not that last
no.
one.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Yeah, the question is
Wait.
how did...
But me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Rude.
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Wow, you said
Yeah,
something smart.
Because, I mean,
Yeah.
according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all.
Okay.
But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It
was
seems
that
there's
one hammer
some
that was
semblance
cleaned.
of a brain knocking around that skull of yours
Indeed.
after
And
all.
now I'm agreeing with Byakuya. Ugh,
Hell yeah, it's
It feels
packed in there
gross,
good
right?
and tight.
it does.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Ooh, I think I know the answer. The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow I have to find the truth. Okay, here we go again. spotless hammer. That's what I thought.
Yep, there you go.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers! And,
It's this one, isn't
about
it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Hifumi was killed in the repository, right? So, if the weapons used to kill both of them were actually similar...
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3?
Okay.
Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear.
Okay.
The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
I'm gonna try this. Yeah!
That's wrong.
I'll take it.
The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But
Look at us
seriously?
go.
A different weapon?
Indeed.
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi.
Yeah.
Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder.
Yeah, it would have had like blood and shit on it.
If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones.
That's true.
I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
So the culprit would have had to been in there at the same
Hold on a
time.
moment. I
Yes.
still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
That was mentioned. We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but... Oh, okay. Alright. Make your argument. Spotless hammer. Alright.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
I think we gotta hold a statement again.
Yeah, I believe we do.
Can we really say there's no chance two people work together on this?
Based
Okay.
on the rules that have been laid out for us,
I gotta hear this again.
even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
I'm theorizing here. Can we really say there's... yeah. Okay.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more
Sorry,
than
I'm
one
going through this
person
so
is
slow,
complicit
but,
in
like,
the murder,
It's all
only
good.
the one who
My brain
actually
needs to
carried
work.
out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply
No!
Oh, I did it! Hooray! I feel smart.
Ah,
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
Interesting thought.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka.
And then
They
culprit
made him
killed
carry out
Hifumi
the first
afterward.
murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
Makes
That's
sense.
just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Okay. The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning. Which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, she's almost hold on, she's almost unnatural how good she is at this. That's a weird way to phrase that, I feel like.
understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
Okay then.
here we go.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a murder, a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way this case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Oh, are we voting already?
We gotta pick who did it.
Oh.
We gotta accuse somebody.
I mean, I know the answer. I know who did it.
There.
Because, like, who's the one person that Hifumi's been, like... He hasn't really been, like, connected to anyone.
There is that.
Except for our friend here. I'm gonna go with it.
Here's my answer.
Yep. Or at least
was
that's who they think it is, yeah.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
A joke.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit-brain-fat, lazy, worthless goddamn idiot!
Here we
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you.
That's what I was thinking.
Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Okay. What is it that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? The paper hidden in Hifumi's pants. No. Encountering suspicious individual. Or the screaming. I feel like it's number 2.
I believe it is.
I got it!
Yeah.
Very
The
cool.
behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Rude.
Sorry.
No,
As
don't
he said,
apologize.
Only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
She was trying real hard to distract everyone. I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the 3rd floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
Yeah,
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you.
I saw him. The strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Scream. Huh?
What was that?
That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into 2 groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Not wrong. Then why don't we split into 2 groups?
I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting.
Very well then. Makoto and Hifumi, you come with me.
Hina.
Yeah, Hina,
It-
sorry. Oops. Very well then. Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
And she even
Well,
chose the groups.
If Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
Her whole thing is starting to just completely unravel.
Yeah, they've got her good.
Okay. I certainly was not expecting this. Yeah, you were. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
Yep.
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself.
She's a
but start
manipulative
putting them
bitch.
together and the picture gets very ugly indeed.
I still love her, but oh boy, she is
What
not
do
a
you
good
do,
person.
Celeste?
She is a liar.
I have no idea
Yep.
what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's
She's
body
sweating.
disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
She's sweating. They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys did.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't
Those
make
guys,
sense.
yeah.
It was completely
Yep.
out of place.
She knew the whole time.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Yakia said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? Oh, okay. Oh shit, we're going long.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, y'all.
I would
They
think
must
this is
really be
probably a
enjoying
flashback
this.
one.
Enjoying
Okay.
the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Okay, I got it. When she said that she should only have known about Hifumi's death. When she said that. That's okay. With that in mind, what's so strange about what she said is... Okay.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused.
I guess
They
we have to
must be
throw this at what
positively
Byakuya
elated.
said.
We are
Yeah,
all
though
going
it
to
might be
die
the other
here.
way around. We'll find out.
We are going to die, just like those
Oh,
guys
maybe.
died. And that is all I said.
Maybe. You might be right.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Yeah, you might. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay. Alright. Alright, no. It's fine. It's fine. I was on the right track, I feel
All
like.
said was,
Yeah.
they must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is.
And that's all it takes to finish this. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Here we go. And then we throw that at the... Got it.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those.
There it is.
No, that's wrong.
Okay. I was almost right.
Yeah.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died.
Okay. I think we should leave it here then.
Yeah, that's probably a good spot since we'll be getting into the end trial stuff.
Yep, extra long episode for you guys, so hopefully you've been enjoying it. Sorry again for the cliffhanger. It is very hard to find places to stop during these.
We
So
will get through this trial probably next time.
we absolutely will, and it will be awesome. But thank you guys for sticking with us. We appreciate you, and we hope to see you next time.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.
Peace.